Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Doctor Who reaction. This is Hard Live. My name is Matt. For a second I forgot the name of the channel. Don't worry about it, I'm fine. Uh so we're going in there with series 11. Last time was episode 1. We saw Jodie in action for the first time on The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Um okay, first things first, I do want to say I realized this after I recorded, like immediately afterwards. Is that I kind of forgot to talk about Jodie as the Doctor on the review of the previous episode, which is probably the main reason why someone would check that episode. So I'm sorry. So I'm gonna talk about that right now, real quick. Um, well, given like even then, it I don't think the first episode with a new Doctor is the episode you should judge a Doctor on. Because I think that I think that first of all, they don't really have that much of idea of what they're doing. Second, the Doctor also doesn't know what they're doing because, like, more often than not, the first episode with a new Doctor it's like the Doctor is acting weird because it's like the regeneration thing. It's always weird, right? So with Tennant, he was like asleep for most of the episode. With Smith, he was just like acting crazy, but given he was somewhat crazy already. With Peter Capaldi, he was crazy and then he mellowed the fuck out right away for the rest of Series 8. So it was like, yeah, like, it doesn't work out just judging based on first episode. But the first impression I got with Jodie, is that she reminds me a lot of Tennant. In ways, she reminds me of Smith. So I would say she's kind of like a mix of the two. Because she reminds me of like cheery and goofy, and like Tennant is kind of like that, but then she at some points like she reminds me of that. I'm keep thinking to that moment when she's like, this nurse is so unreliable. It's like it's acting like too goofy, and it's like, okay, that's a Matt Smith thing almost. Like I can't see Tennant doing that. I can see Matt Smith doing that though. So it's like I'm mixing the two of them. It's like, oh, I hate them dip pockets. It's great. I enjoy Jodie in that regard. Though that might just be the new regeneration thing kicking in because it's the first episode. So she might just be Tennant. That's fine. People like Tennant. Tennant is like people's favorite Doctor, I think. Like Tennant is way the fuck up there, It's like 4 Doctor, 10 Doctor, and then whatever, Like then figure it out. It's up to subjective taste. But like I think for most people, Tennant and Tom are the ones that are way the fuck up there, like across the ages, right? All right. So Jodie reminds me of Tennant. That's the initial impression. I Here's the thing though, is that I forgot to talk about her as the Doctor, and I think that's actually a good thing. Not in the sense of the channel, but in the sense of Jodie as the Doctor, because I kind of immediately accepted her as the Doctor without, like, I forgot that she's supposed to be a newcomer into the role and that I was supposed to be looking out for her and how she's doing. I forgot about that. I just kind of was like, yeah, that's the Doctor, and I just roll with it. And then I just forgot that I'm supposed to be like, oh, she's new. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing, because if I'm able to just do that, it's like she was enough of a Doctor that I just forgot that she's new, and that's a really good thing. In a way, she fit more into the role of the Doctor immediately than Peter Capaldi did, which y'all know is my favorite Doctor. But I enjoy that because it was weird. I enjoyed Peter Capaldi because it was kind of different, while Jodie feels more similar to what we had before Peter, which was Smith and then Tennant, and not so much Eccleston, but even then, Eccleston was way goofier than Peter was, but then Peter turned into that. So I think that being goofy in general is just like a trait that the Doctor has by this point, but it is different in how it comes across. She reminds me of Tennant and Smith. So yeah, she reminds me of that, and I feel like most modern Doctor Who fans think of Tennant and Smith when they think of Doctor Who. So it makes sense that they just went to that because that's kind of a safe pick. But even then, like, that doesn't mean it's bad. You know, it's good. Vanilla is a good flavor, and I like vanilla particularly, but that's fine. Well, Peter Davison's more vanilla. Okay, whatever. There was something I wanted to talk about. I forgot. Okay, so Jodie, fine. She's doing great. I'm not sure how the rest of the season's gonna go down, but she's doing okay so far. Episode 1, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, we saw, aside from the introduction to Jodie, we also got a couple of, a gang of characters introduced. I forgot all of their names. I'm not kidding. I legitimately forgot. Okay, I remember Graham, which was the old man. He's the good old boomer. Then we had Yasmin Khan. Okay, I'm not actually reading anything right now. I'm actually looking this up as I keep remembering. I can't remember the name of the main guy, the young dude, who couldn't ride the bike. That he has some kind of disability with coordination. I'm gonna look at the text of my video. Ryan Sinclair. There we go. So Ryan Sinclair, Yasmin Khan, and Graham O'Brien. We had Grace, the grandma. Fucking goddamn it! Like, I'm sad Grandma died. Grace, the grandma. I'm sad that she fucking died because she was like the best one of the four. So the fact that they immediately kill her off, it's like, all right, I'm done watching this show. Fuck this. But no, it's fine. So yeah, grandma, Grace was Ryan's grandma, and she died, saving something. She died like trying to push the like electricity alien thing away, and she fell and she just died like right away. And then we had like a funeral scene, and it was like, okay, yeah, she was Graham's nurse a couple years back when he had cancer, and then it kind of went away, but he's still like on the fence with it. Like, maybe it'll come back. We don't know. I think, at least, I don't remember. But yeah, and now we had this thing where I think Ryan's only family was Grace and Graham, who is Grace's second husband, but Ryan doesn't like Graham. So now he's in this weird spot where his only quote unquote relative is Graham, but he doesn't like him. So there you go. Then we also had Yasmin Khan. I think she's cool, but she didn't really have a lot going on. She seemed to be, it's like, oh, I'm a policewoman, and I feel like I can do better than just parking tickets. And it's like, yeah, I like that. But then we didn't really do anything with it. So maybe we'll do something across the season. So just bringing that up again. Graham is just like a good old boomer. And he didn't have the sense of adventure that Grace had, which eventually led up killing her. But like, maybe Graham will develop in such a way. And Ryan, I don't know. I don't know where Ryan's gonna go. So there you go. I guess we'll just see then. Yeah. So that is our main cast. At the end of the first episode, after we defeated Team Shaw. By the way, I think I said it in the previous episode when I was looking it up, but like the wiki article for Tim Shaw is, the name of the alien was Sim Shaw, but the title is just Tim Shaw, which is what the doctor called him. So that was kind of fun. Oh, by the way, y'all watched Series 12, Episode 1 yet? How was it? I want to know. Because it just aired. Right now I'm recording this on January the 4th, 2020. And Episode 1 of Series 12 aired on January the 1st. So I'm wondering if it was any better, any good. Because, like, I don't like hearing people talking shit on Series 11. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, and there has to be some merit to it. But I just want the show to be good, man. Like, I just want people to say, like, yeah, that was a good episode, you know? And I actually heard some people saying, like, yeah, that was better. And I'm just sitting here, like, I only heard, like, one or two people. So I want to know what the general populace thinks. Don't spoil me on anything, but just tell me, was it, like, good? Was it, like, better than this entire season? Like, is it looking better? I just want to know that. Because, man, I want it to be good. Like, I want people to be like, yeah, that was good. I want us to just all have fun here, you know, to be excited about that. So, yeah, if the first episode of Zero Soul was good, just let me know. I kind of want to know. And it's going to take me, like, This season is 10 episodes. So it's gonna take me like 2.5 months to get there. So it won't be too long until I get there. But I just want to know if it's good, man. I just want to know if people liked it more than this season. I assume it's not gonna be better than like some of the bangers that we had with the Capaldi era, right? Because it's just different. Or well, we could have some bangers. Like, I'm not saying there couldn't be, but it's like, I think that it's unfair to consistently compare something to like something's awesome. You know, you can't compare every episode to Heaven Sent. You know, you're gonna get disappointed every time. You can't compare anything. I think you shouldn't compare anything to anything. Even though this is a show where comparisons are always like a thing that exists and they're relevant, I don't think you should compare everything. I think you should approach everything individually, and be like, did I like this on its own or not? You know, and some people can't shake that feeling and that idea of like there's more and this was better at some point a couple seasons ago. But it's like the way I'm approaching this is just a different show, and whether I enjoy the show or not, we'll see. But it's like, yeah, if you enjoyed series 12 episode 1, let me know. Hopefully you did. Like, hopefully I want people to enjoy it. Like, I legitimately do. I hope that's the case. I want the show to be good, man. I want people to enjoy the show. I want everyone to have fun with the show. Because I am, at least so far. So yeah. All right. I think that's everything out of the way. All right. So we're getting ready to watch Doctor Who Series 11, Episode 2. Hopefully it's a good one. So, all right, without further ado, y'all, let's get into it. Go. I have to say, I really like the new logo. I'm not sure about this intro though. Okay, sure. That intro was not very good. I'll let y'all know my thoughts on that later. Oh yeah, we're all floating on space. So sheep saved them.
We are alive, right? As far as I can tell, yeah. Oh, we were in space. No way.
We are in space, yes.
We were in that warehouse, and then we were in space.
Yeah.
How are we in space? I've got no idea. And why are we not in space now?
Because we're on a ship.
That was a very sneaky trick of his, especially coming out of hyperjump.
Where's the doctor and where's Yas? That woman said like very sneaky trick of his, so is this like some kind of like conflict going on between two factions and they got rescued by the other one?
The ship is on the verge of total shutdown.
How can a planet be in the wrong place?
We're just gonna blow the back off this spaceship. What? Jettisoning?
Do it.
Why though? Okay, we landed on a planet. They landed on a planet.
We're on an alien planet, Graham.
Well, the 3 suns in the sky are a bit of a giveaway.
Uh-huh. What do we do?
Should we just follow her?
Yeah, kinda.
Maybe they're already here. Yaz and the doctor. Maybe they're safe.
All systems offline, we're not gonna make it!
Extra hand here!
They're not safe. They might get to the planet though. They were crashing in. Yeah, they are. Yeah, run. Why are they crashing exactly 1-to-1 where they are? You had a whole planet to crash into and you crash exactly where they were supposed to be. I assume so. Okay.
Doctor!
Sorry about the mess.
Was there like a commercial cut or something in between those two scenes?
You nearly killed us!
Yeah, well, I'll try harder next time, eh? Let's call light and fight them.
What is this relationship?
It's just you and me left.
You kidding me? Ah, you've got so lucky. How did you even make it this far, Armstrong, eh? You're nothing.
Is this like an actual... Is this like a game? Are they playing their own like little battle royale?
Oh, I've got to put stuff in these pockets.
I forgot to put stuff in these pockets.
Hey,
and borrow my shit?
I like this planet.
Oh, so.
I enjoy like desert, sandy planets.
Can't remember who I borrowed them off now. It was either Audrey Hepburn or Pythagoras.
Hey, Pythagoras never wore shades.
Obviously never saw him with a hangover.
What's that?
Can I ask, if we are on an alien planet with aliens, how can we understand them? Ain't they talking alien?
Let's have a look. Yeah, Medipods have put implants into each of you. Standard procedure. Checks for a universal translator. Implants one if you don't have one.
Hey, well, can people and things stop putting stuff inside me without my permission?
If I had my TARDIS, you wouldn't need them. Anyway, shall we?
Who is this asshole? He looks like an asshole.
See,
real.
hologram. Thought it might be. Good one, though. I love a good hologram. I was a hologram once, for 3 weeks. The gossip I picked up.
But you saying we scooped them for nothing?
Yes.
I sacrificed my ship.
Yeah, sorry. Some of this is my fault. Hi, we were loads of solar systems away. I was trying to find my own ship. I got a fix on it here. And then it all went quite badly wrong, actually. These three have been very good not going on about it.
Yeah, right?
You're intruding on the final stage of the last ever rally of the 12 galaxies.
So, what, like a race? Like Paris-Dakar in space?
My dad is such a Dakar fan.
Only one will claim the prize.
What's the prize?
Ooh.
The final ever race, 3.2 trillion crim.
3.2 trillion what? Kren. How much is a kren? 200 Kavlons.
It's 94 velars.
Right?
4,020s.
And old money.
Bit behind on my exchange rates.
Enough. And the first one to get to the site marked as the Ghost Monument
Title drop.
will be crowned the winner.
So it is a battle royale, but like race.
Pretty cruel race. Leaving the losers stranded.
Well, the rally is a test of survival. How far will we go? How will we react when challenged? It's the ultimate test.
Interesting use of the word we, seeing as though you're not here.
I like that.
What does it look like, this monument?
What does it matter?
Look at us. 4 people who barely know each other, stranded on a planet called Desolation. No route trackers, no way off, and judging by what you just told us, very little hope of survival. I need all the information I can get, including, but not limited to, what this ghost monument actually looks like when it appears.
God damn it, it's a TARDIS. Like, the TARDIS is disappearing and reappearing over and over again for like 1,000 years or whatever.
Spaceships crashing all around us. Now we are marooned on a planet that everyone else is racing to get away from.
All right, anyone can focus on the negatives.
Well, what are the positives?
What he called the ghost monument, that's my ship. It's here.
What, the old police box?
Didn't look all that.
It's very all that, thank you very much. I should be able to stabilize it, then I can get you back home.
Definitely. If we get there, you can get us off this planet alive.
Yes, I promise. I will keep you alive and I will get you back home. I'm really good in a tight spot. At least I have been historically.
time.
I'm sure I still am.
These are all very chill, nice people.
Do you think she's telling the truth? Do you really think she can get us off here?
Never mind.
Don't know what would have happened if she hadn't have been there.
Yaz is right. I mean, she is our best hope, or only option, depending on your politics.
Yes.
So we're sticking with Graham, are we, and not Grandad?
Yes, Graham.
No killing, no sabotage. Isn't that what what's-his-face said?
Yeah, well, maybe I don't play by the rules.
Did you practice those lines in the mirror?
That's good.
Nice move.
Thanks. Venusian Aikido. A grandmaster pacifist.
Please, some of you gonna fucking third doctor this shit. Oh my god, if Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor, turns out to be a fucking master of fucking Venusian Aikido, I'm gonna be so in. I doubt she will. But I want her to fucking kung fu fight her way through her entire run. What is it?
Flesh-eating microbes, millions of them living in there.
Sure, it just looks like water to me, but okay.
Water? Very dangerous planet, Yaz.
That's why it's called Desolation.
Are we ever going to talk about your nan?
Yeah, right?
I mean, just because all this is going on, don't mean to say it didn't happen. See, I cope myself by asking the question, if Grace was here, what would she say? Well, right now she'd be going, what's the matter with you? You're on another planet, how cool is that?
Just the fucking best. Why are you jobbers here? Bring Grace back.
You talk about this stuff way too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you work through stuff, Ryan. Come on, man. I mean, he is a
You
kid.
don't talk about it enough.
That's not an engine. It's more like a massive battery. What if it's solar?
Look at you boys. Light years from home, figuring things out. The planet of Albar.
I like this woman's hair, by the way.
It's tiny, crammed full of rusting high-rises. Everyone wants to leave anywhere they can, even more so since... Since what?
What happened to your planet?
I don't know you. He treats everyone like this.
I don't need other people.
We all need other people, mate.
We're all alone. So we start and end, and it's a natural state of all
This
points
fucking
in
edge
between.
lord.
Were you born that miserable, or did you have to work at it?
I was 4. My mum told me to climb a tree.
I was gonna say,
She made me climb
he
until I was
probably
too
has a
scared to
story.
climb any higher. And she told me to jump into her arms.
And then she let you fall.
And she stood over me and she said, "Now you've learned.
Trust nobody.
You can never trust anyone in this life."
This is like legitimately like too much.
Your mum was wrong.
This sounds like too much, dude.
We're stronger together.
He's gonna learn his lesson. Lesson about friendship in this journey. When he's supposed to be competing.
I left my family to try and save my family. They told me to. If I win, I find them, rescue them.
I mean, you're the last two, so you could do it.
If they're alive to be rescued.
So, why not, right? Is this another commercial break? There are very clear moments that feel like commercial breaks. It's weird. There are signs of architecture, and there were like pieces of clothes or whatever.
How do we know what to do? Where to go?
First thing we have to do is make it through those ruins safely. Because these readings are all over the place, and I don't know why.
Okay, sure.
Very slowly, totally unthreateningly, back out of here.
Alright. Fell. Step 1. Book it. Strive! Serpentine! Video game logic. Zigzag, zigzag. I like that we have fucking strategy to running away now. Hey Tata, what's our plan? Run away! What the target practice? This fucking feels like a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Time to stop messing about.
What are you doing?
Fighting back.
No. Guns, never use them.
They're shooting at us.
I know.
They're gonna kill us with their guns.
He's got a point, Doc.
Put the gun down, Ryan.
What's your better idea?
Outthink them.
You can't outthink bullets.
Been doing it all my life.
Sorry. Call of Duty, man. I've trained for this.
God damn it, Ryan. Call of Duty is not even a good game. I mean, there are a couple of good ones, I think, but... Is this real? Doesn't feel like it's real.
That's how you do things. Taking out the aliens.
I guess it's real because now they're coming back.
Where's the reload?
Just press R, man.
We're completely surrounded.
We've no way out whatsoever.
Here's the lesson. The answer was on the floor. You just reached for the wrong thing.
What are you talking about?
The best thing about robots is they're powerful, literally packed with power. Oh, super powered.
I was gonna say, make a bomb? Apparently, yes. Not a real bomb, but like a...
Electromagnetic pulse. Basically fried the
EMP.
systems. I reckon we've got about 5 minutes before they reboot and recover. See? Brains beat bullets.
See? Second nature now.
No, not really.
Oh, he has problems with coordination and the ladders, of course. That makes sense.
This was a living, breathing planet once. And as hard as it is for you to understand, you are not the only life form in this universe. Some of us feel a duty to others who might be in trouble. So fix your wound, take one of your heroic naps, and we'll wake you when we leave, if you're lucky.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go nap. By the way, I'm enjoying this episode. Oh, what the That was like moving on its own. That was like cloth just moving on its own.
We are scientists. Abducted, tortured, and made to work while our families are held hostage.
Were they making a philosopher's stone?
New way.
Is this Dr. Marcos' research? My name is Solf J. Kimberly, known as the Crimson Alchemist.
The Stenza.
It's not...
We're trying to destroy all of our work before they use it against others. There's 2 words below that. They're coming. That's how it ends.
The Stenza,
Yeah.
That's the thing we stopped in
It
Sheffield.
was Tim Shaw.
You know the stanza too?
We met at one.
My wife died because of that.
Mine too. I'm sorry.
So was the cloth following them all along? Smoke it. Is Yas wearing like a star shirt that is like pink and the star is like yellow? Some Steven Universe ass shirt?
Finally, a big feast of lives.
Wow. The fuck?
Smells like garlic and lighter than air, that's right. And one other thing about it. But we'll all have to dig deep for that, right?
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Shut up and dig, Epso.
Oh, she's been digging this whole time.
The timeless child.
What did you just say?
She doesn't know.
What are you talking about?
What?
What can you see?
We see what's hidden, even from yourself.
What?
The outcast, abandoned and unknown.
Okay, we're setting up some season shit
Get
right
out
now.
of my head. Enjoy your feast. Whatever it is. You know what some people like after a feast? Graham!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a nice cigar.
Oh yeah, if you do this, it turns on, right? That's what he said. I feel like we would have burned to some degree too, but never mind that.
I saved your life. You'd be dead without me. And if I raced you now to that tent, you'd be dust. You're a wreck, Epso.
Start running, girl.
Who had the cigar? Eh? Me. That was mine. The cigar saved us all.
But you just had it. You know, like, the cigar was mine.
Could I make a suggestion?
Run. Wait. Try and win together.
You made this a living hell for us. I promise you that whatever happens, I will get off this planet. And if we don't get what we both fought for, I will hunt you down and ensure that whatever time you have left is both short-lived and agonizing. Now, recognize your equal winners.
Pay the prize, or pay the price.
Pay the price of it. That's good. I like that.
Get us off this rock.
Fine.
And them.
No.
No!
We're gonna find the TARDIS now.
I failed you. I promised you, and I let you down.
Who says we're giving up? Any of us? Really? Even you, Doc?
I like to call her Duck. I watched Back to the Future 1 again today with the Blind Way crew.
Can you hear that noise?
Yeah, there we go.
Come to Daddy. I mean, Mummy.
It looks yellow. I like that. I like that it looks yellow because of the lighting. Because this entire show is like yellow now instead of like blue. Like the logo and all that stuff. Reflected in the thumbnail, by the way. Is it gonna be a new TARDIS? It has to be. Show me a new TARDIS.
You've done yourself up.
Yeah. Oh. Show me a new TARDIS, man. It's gonna be yellow for sure. Has to be.
You expect us all to fit inside there?
Just get in, man. Shut up.
You've redecorated.
That's weird. It's like an alien hive. Show me the console. I mean, they're building it up, but like... What is... This is so weird. It looks like a beehive from inside.
I really like it.
Almost too yellow. She likes it. She likes it, everyone! Woo! I kind of do like it, too.
This is my TARDIS.
I like the little blue bits.
Yeah.
It's a spaceship.
And a time ship.
Get out.
Oh my god, she has like just an hourglass in it. Is that like a miniature TARDIS in the TARDIS? Part of the console? Is that a cookie? The best TARDIS, man. The TARDIS just straight up gives you candy. How do you compete with that shit? Man, that was good. I enjoyed that episode. I actually did enjoy that episode quite a bit. It was like how to it was like a little vanilla, but it was fine. Like I enjoyed it. I feel like there wasn't much of a conflict. It was more like, oh shit is happening, we gotta survive, and then we survived. And then I feel like the asshole, what was the fuck was his name? I don't remember. The one asshole, we had the two racers. We had the lady and the asshole. And I feel like the asshole at the end, he just kind of 180. They were like, dude, fuck it. Like, she's just gonna win, so let's just make it this a dual victory. That probably is what happened, is that he realized that he was gonna lose. So he's like, fuck it, I'll take the let's try and fourth let's try and make this a dual victory instead. He probably realized that, and he was like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, well, because his entire belief system is like, don't trust anybody. So then when they literally just offered him, hey, let's make this a dual victory, he was like, oh, these people are actually trying to include me. They're actually trying to be nice here. So probably that made him have a change of heart, but it felt like that was off screen. Like, it felt like we immediately cut to the solution, and that was the end of that. And it's like, okay, sure, that was a little bit quick, but okay. Like, I can see it as a thing that happens. I just thought it was handled a little bit quicker than it should have been. Regardless, okay, let's talk about what happened in the episode itself. So the episode starts, and we're floating in space, about to die, because that's space for you. But then two random ships just show up and save them. And then both ships crash into this planet, and it's like, okay. So what happened was, we got stranded into this, like, alien, like, desert planet that just, the entire civilization was just destroyed. It's just like harsh environment that is just gonna kill you. That's it. That's all the planet is at the time. And then we see that, and we realize, okay, so what's going on is that we have this woman and we have this guy, and they're both racers in this like weird like Dakar rally thing, but it's also a battle royale, and it's like thousands of people, and they fucking racing, and they have to get to a specific point and survive. And the one that gets there is the one that actually like gets like a zillion money, and that makes it so they can save their people and the race or whatever, right? Well, that might not have been part of the reason why the rally happens. That might just be the situation the woman was in. I don't remember the guy having a situation like that. Okay, but never mind. So that's kind of the point, and it just so happens that the doctor and Yas and Brian and Graham were just hanging out, just like a set of the orbit of the planet, and so those people there just picked them up and were like, "Hey, awesome! I got like a bonus thing for saving them." But then it turns out that there was no reason to do that, because then the rally guy was like, "Yeah, no, that doesn't give you any bonus," and it's like, "Fuck you!" But anyway, they got saved because of it. But then it turns out that the Ghost Monument, which is the end point of the race where they need to get to, is actually the TARDIS. So the Doctor is like, oh shit, so I actually got it right. We got teleported to the TARDIS, but like, I kind of missed a little bit, because I was supposed to teleport where the planet, like, I teleported to the orbit of the planet, but not inside the planet. So we were where the planet should have been, but not exactly where it was at the time. So then it's like, okay, but then we crash into it, and it's like, okay, TARDIS is here, let's go, you know? So then we had this weird thing where we had the woman and the dude and the crew, you know, Doctor, Yas, Ryan, Graham, they were all just hanging out, and they were just going towards the Ghost Monument, just like, yep, we're going to the end line. And it's weird because it's like, it's a competition, but they're also like cooperating to some degree. And the Doctor and everyone else is also cooperating, because of course they are. They're nice people. So they're doing that, and it feels weird because it's supposed to be a competition, but it doesn't feel like it, right? But it's good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed just the idea of like, we gotta get from point A to point B, and just shit is gonna happen in the way. I enjoy that. I actually do enjoy that. And while I was watching it, I kept having thoughts of like, what would a video game like this be like? Like, imagine No Man's Sky, but it's also a battle royale, right? And this is just gonna be video game talk, but it's like, imagine like like that. It would be a race from planet to planet, but like the planet, you gotta from point A to point B, and the planet has a timer until it blows up or whatever, and you have to like get there and escape the planet, or you die and you get eliminated, right? And then to the point that there will only would be like one or two people that are gonna get to the final planet, and then they have to get there before everyone else, before the planet itself blows up. That would be a fun idea for a video game concept. Like I really do enjoy that. Just the aspect of traveling from planet to planet and having to face a survival environment on each one, and it would be like a unique thing. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, and it being a competition with other people, that sounds good, man. I enjoy that. I enjoyed that idea a lot. That idea is fucking cash money, I'll tell you what. But actually making like multiple planets in a video game, that would be a little bit it would be a little bit expensive, and I don't see anyone taking the risk. I'll tell you that. But I think that idea is fucking great, man. Okay, enough video game talk. Well, speaking of video games, there was a moment where Ryan was like, "Hey, I got a gun. Fucking, I'm gonna go shoot these aliens." Yeah, Call of Duty, man. He actually like said like, "Yeah, Call of Duty. I train. Yeah, let's go." And then it's like, "Where's the reload?" What? It's like it's a fun gag on like, kids that just want to play first person shooters and just like take it like seriously, or like no, they actually grow and be like, "Yeah, man, guns are cool. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking shoot these aliens. I can do it." And it's like, no, you can't. You just play video games that one time, dude. Like you actually. And even then, you kind of missed the point on what the video game was supposed to be. Well, most Call of Duties are just like, yeah, we're kind of cashing in because this game sell a lot. And we're also like, are they owned by EA? I think Call of Duty is pretty much owned by EA. No, they're owned by Activision, right? It's like, it felt like a boomer joke, but also it was real to some degree. So I don't actually dislike it. It's like, all right, Ryan is acting like a fucking kid because he's a kid. Ryan is 19, right? So yeah, it makes sense to some degree. So I okay. If anything gives us a little bit more insight to Ryan, Ryan seems like more of a whatever kind of guy, which is not something I picked up on episode 1. Definitely, he's just like. He is like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna do this, or like, whatever, this is just how things are, or this is how I feel, or, just like a whatever thing, not listening to other people. Not necessarily because, well, yeah, he is stubborn. He's definitely stubborn. I was gonna say no because he's stubborn, but he is. Like, that's actually the thing. I will say that Ryan is a stubborn dude. So, there you go. There were a couple moments. Again, I think Yas got shafted. Like, Yas didn't get any development. I mean, here's my fear with the cast of this season is that we got 3 characters and we gotta develop all 3 of them. I mean, ideally you want to develop all 3 of them, and we only have 10 episodes. And also we gotta have like a full adventure each episode, and also Jodie's here, so we also have to like make something work with Jodie. So it's like, okay, it's a lot we gotta get through, and I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do all of it. So that's my concern with it. But I think, I hope the companions stay for next season, so maybe we can do a multi-season kind of thing. That would make sense. But my concern is that we're not gonna be able to make any of these characters stand out too much with the amount of time that we have. So that's a concern. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. Hopefully it won't, but that's a concern I have. But right now, Ryan seems to be a stubborn guy. He also like worries like Ryan seems to be pretty average. Like he's not necessarily like an asshole. He's not very outgoing, but he's not introvert either. He's just like kind of standing in the middle, and he kind of just does whatever. And he's stubborn, and he's closed off. I'll say that he's closed off, especially towards Graham. We had 1 or 2 moments with him and Graham in this episode, which were appreciated, because it's like, yeah, your grandma just died. We gotta talk about that. Like, are we gonna talk about that, or are we just gonna pretend it never happened? And then it's like, you're still calling me Graham? No, Gramps. And it's like, fucking Graham. It's like Ryan still doesn't like him. And we had a couple moments where they were like interacting with each other and like regarding the plot, but not necessarily regarding their own personal relationship. So it's a weird thing. That is the bond that is gonna have to get formed across the season. I assume that's gonna happen. But that leaves me the question of what's gonna happen to Yas. Like the only thing we know about Yas is the policewoman shtick, the fact that she wanted to do more, and then in this episode she says, "Oh yeah, my dad drives me crazy, and my sister kind of wants to like push me out of my room because she wants to take over it or something like that." So it's like, sure, like that doesn't really tell me anything about you. So I don't think Yas got a lot, neither in the first episode, neither in this one. And I hope she gets more. I hope we actually do go somewhere with Yas. So we'll see what happens with her. Hopefully. Okay, let's talk about Jodie. Jodie as a doctor. I actually am enjoying Jodie a lot. By the way, I'm enjoying Jodie a lot. Not because of anything in particular. I just think she's doing a good job. Because like I think she's just hitting the doctor notes. She's not making anything like different or super special or unique. She's just like, okay, why does the doctor have to be? Or like not necessarily her, but like Chivnail or whoever, like everyone is just like, okay, what does the doctor have to be like? And they just have this list and they go like, okay, it can be anything. We all know this, but the ones that probably hit the most with people are a doctor that is like this, a doctor that is like this, a doctor that is like this. And I feel like they just went through that list and they were like, okay, Jodie, do this. Or like try to follow this a little bit. And then she was like, got it. David Tennant. So she's a little bit like the 10th Doctor, I feel. I was told that apparently Jodie is not necessarily a fan of the show, but she has like seen David Tennant episodes, so she's like, okay, something like that. So that would make sense. It would make sense if she's like, okay, I'm just gonna channel David Tennant. I'm just gonna do that. And it's like, that's not even a bad thing, by the way. That's not even a bad thing, if you ask me. For some people, it might be a bad thing because it's like, oh, she's not being unique or whatever. And it's like, I feel like with the Doctor, you kind of recycle some traits over and over again. I mean, across like 14 incarnations of the same character, I feel like we're gonna recycle traits every now and then. Like, I feel like we're gonna do that every now and then, In fact, I'm remembering like someone like showed me like a what was it? It was like a chart with like 4 main groups, and there were like 4 doctors on each group, and it was like pretty accurate. And it's like, yeah, like all these doctors share this one main thing, or like a group of things, and it's like, yeah, I can see it. Like the Doctor actually, like every now and then, every incarnation just recycles something that you've seen before, and then does its own unique spin on it. The thing about Jodie so far is that she's not feeling very unique, but she's not bad either. Like I'm enjoying her performance. I'm enjoying what she's doing. She's cool. I'm enjoying her a lot. I think she's just very nice, if anything. Very supportive. Like the Doctor is not necessarily always very supportive. I feel like Jodie is. Okay, we're going hard on this shit. I'm about to go hard on something. Okay, everyone. Okay, follow me on this. So, on episode 1, and this is something that I didn't talk about on episode 1, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it, but fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it right now. On episode 1, there was a scene with Jodie when she actually like said that she was the Doctor. But I think before that, she had this moment when she's like Tim Shaw, you can choose to not do this, to not kill this guy. Like, and Tim Shaw is like, why are you telling me this? And she's like, because we're all of the most like unique, impossible change. Like we're all capable of being someone different. We're all capable of choosing what we want to be and becoming that, going towards that and becoming something like that, And when I heard that, immediately when I heard that, I was like, and I think that's the thumbnail for episode 1, actually. My reaction is me being like the point thing. And the reason why I did that is because I Okay, is this like a commonly accepted thing? The fact that the Doctor can choose who they turn into? Because I'm pretty sure that we can assume that at this point, especially with Capaldi in The Girl Who Died, when he's like, I know why I chose this face. Like and he's like, what is so important that I can't tell myself, and it's like, you're the Doctor, you save people, do whatever you can in order to save people, like no matter what, you can save always someone. That was the message from Pompeii to The Girl Who Died, and but not only that, we also have seen, I think I think that you can actually draw a lot of lines with the Doctor's Regenerations. Like, fucking, let's think about Eccleston to Tennant. Eccleston's whole life was like, I feel like shit because the Time War. I feel like shit because of what I had to do in the Time War. So he just like hated himself to some degree, and he like acted goofy like to cope with it in a way. But at the end of his life, his literal last line was like, he was like, Rose, you were fantastic, but you know what? So was I. He was like, I was a good doctor. I was cool. And then he regenerates, and then he regenerates into David Tennant, who literally just loves himself. Like, that's just his character. David Tennant just is like, I'm great. I'm just gonna regenerate into myself that one time. But it's like, yeah, David Tennant just loved himself, loved being himself. That was kind of the point of his character near the end of his life. So it's like, Eccleston, the guy who hated himself, accepted himself, and then regenerated into the guy that loves himself. And I felt like then David Tennant regenerate. At the end of David Tennant's life, he was like, he didn't want to let go. He was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to turn into someone else. Like, I just want to continue being David Tennant forever. And then he regenerated into Matt Smith, who's just like, I don't think Matt Smith gave a shit about who he was. Like, I legitimately don't think that. Because I keep thinking back to like Doctors Regenerating. Matt Smith, I don't think he cared about who he was. Because I felt like when Matt Smith regenerated, it was emotional. But it was mostly emotional because they like brought Karen Gillian back to do the Amy bit and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, and he did like his little speech of like, people change, like we're all different people all through life, and you gotta keep moving, that's fine. But like, he regenerated, and he was like, he just kind of like took out his pota, and he was like, all right, we're done. And even Clark was like crying and begging for him to not leave, and Masby kind of smiled at her. He was like, let's go. And now I'm an old man, old Scottish man. He just kind of like said, whatever, let's go. Peter Capaldi. So, like, the fact that Eccleston turned into the guy who's just like, Eccleston, the guy who didn't like himself, accepted himself, and then turned into the guy that loved himself. And then he, at the end of his life, he was like, I love myself, please don't let me go. And then he let go, and then he would turn into the guy that didn't give a shit. Would then turn into the guy who's just fucking rougher than rough because of the war, probably. I don't know. No, because of the idea of like, save people, like Girl Who Died. All right. But then we can even go further than that. We can go like, the first Doctor turned into this like young dude who just like, yeah, let's go, let's run, which is something that he probably wanted to do, but he couldn't because he was old. Then we can say like, the third Doctor didn't get to travel a lot because of the TARDIS shit, and then he turned into Tom Baker, who's just like adventure. But then Tom Baker turned into Peter Davison, who's like, and because he was like, I have these kids to take care of, kind of, with Adric and wasn't Nessa, like, I'm gonna take care of him. So it turned into Peter Davison. Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, I'm not too sure about those. But then it's like, we can assume that maybe McCoy, the Seventh Doctor, was like a little bit like, all right, I'm done blowing up planets now. I'm done being the chess master. I'm done. I probably should just chill now. Because like, McCoy felt like he was just chilling near the end of his life. Well, we can't drive a lot from the movie, but let's assume that. Because he's like, it's like, I'm done traveling with Ace. I'm just traveling alone. I'm just hanging out. And it's like, maybe he just realized being the chess master that manipulates people, maybe not the best thing to do. So then he regenerated into the guy who's just like, oh, romantic, like a super nice guy. Like, oh, I'm such a pacifist and I love everyone, We didn't get to see a lot of Paul McGann given, but that is the impression he gives. It's a really cool, nice, like energetic but romantic kind of guy, almost like David Tennant too. So that's weird. Um, then the Doctor literally chose to become the War Doctor, by the way, and then the War Doctor became Eccleston because in Eccleston was like kind of like the PTSD Doctor. So it's like I feel like it makes sense. So I think that you can always draw some kind of line from Regeneration, from like a Doctor incarnation into the other one. Not every time, and you also have to read between lines a little bit and do a little like a little bit of like assuming things. You know, this is not necessarily 100% canon, but this is just what I believe. So a head canon, if you will. But like when Peter Capaldi regenerated, when the 12th Doctor regenerated, I remember doing the review and it literally said, I hope, Jodie, I hope the next Doctor is kind. That was the number one thing, because when Capaldi regenerated, his main deal, like the reason why he died was because he literally just died defending this group of people that probably were gonna die anyway, but he's like, I want to do this because this is who I am. I'm just gonna die protecting these people. Even if it kills me, I don't care. Because kindness is like the only thing I care for, really. Just doing this one thing is a kind act, and I'm gonna do it, right? And then when he regenerated, and literally his last words were like a to-do list of Jodie to being like, okay, this is what you had to do, Doctor. This is who you have to be, you know? And it's like, never be cruel, never be cowardly, never eat pears. Hate is always foolish, love is always wise. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. You mustn't tell anyone your name, all the children stuff. And then he's like, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. Doctor, I'll let you go. It's like he gave her a to-do list on how to be the Doctor, on maintaining his ideals of what the Doctor should be, which is kind of what Capaldi's main thing was, according to me at least. If you want to go check those reviews, go and do that. But like, the fact that he went saying just like, next Doctor, fucking be a nice person, just be kind to people. And now Jodie seems like she's super supportive to like everyone. She's like apologizing to everyone. She's like, I'm sorry, like I let you down, like I didn't mean for this to happen, like I got it wrong. And it's like she's like legitimately concerned. And it's one of those things that I don't see Matt Smith doing that. Maybe Tennant, but not entirely. Like I actually wouldn't see Tennant doing that. I would see him more being concerned trying to fix it and then feeling like shit because he can. But not like actually walking up to his companions and being like, I'm sorry, like I thought I could do it, but I don't think I can. I fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. Like, it's very honest. It's very honest, and it's like it proves that this person cares. It's a very mature thing to do, to just go up to a person and say like, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Like I'm sorry. Like I thought maybe I could fix it. Like I'm trying to, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. And it's very nice. It's a very kind thing to do. And I'm just sitting here like, did Peter do this? Like not the actor, but like did the 12th Doctor Regeneration make sure that the 13th Doctor was like a super nice Doctor, you know? A Doctor that is like concerned about the people and just like being nice to them and being honest with them and just being kind in general. It's like, I hope so. I like to think that, you know, given like that's not necessarily something that you want to say is true or like canon or whatever. Especially since we changed like everything. We changed like showrunners, we changed writers, we changed everything. So it's doubtful whether or not they like plan anything ahead of time, or like if any of them like use each other's work to be like, maybe we should do this. But I like to think that's the case. This is my little headcanon that I'm gonna roll with, and I'm just gonna assume it's canon. Because there is precedent for the Doctor literally choosing their face. Or not even their face, but just like who they become. So the fact that Jodie is like super nice and supportive, I'm just gonna assume that that's because the 12th Doctor spent his entire run learning how to become that, and then at the end of his life, he didn't want to let go because he didn't want to turn into anything that wasn't that. So then he made sure to turn into that. And then we got Jodie. And I feel like Jodie, more than anything, is just like the nicest doctor, the most supportive doctor, the chillest doctor. Like, I enjoy Jodie a lot because of it. And given that's not even a new thing, like the Fifth Doctor was kind of like that. Tennant was a little bit like that. So it's like, there's precedent for that. But I like to believe that that's the reason. And even then, like, Jodie gives everything her own spin, because every person gives the Doctor their own spin. You know, every actor is different. But okay, I spent a nice amount of time talking about Jodie this time. I enjoy that. Okay, so yes, I am enjoying Jodie. That yeah, that's a good sentence. I am enjoying Jodie, as the Doctor. Like, she's not my favorite Doctor, but she's good. She's solid. I enjoy Jodie. I'm not sure if the rest of the season is gonna be good, because, like, here's the thing about Series 11, man. Is that I'm watching it and it's like, I don't hate it, but everyone seems to hate it. But also, I'm only in episode 2, so this might change, like, next episode. This might change 5 episodes from now. Maybe the season finale is gonna be some bullshit. There was like a setting up of something in this episode. They said, like, what was that? The timeless child, something like that. Like the paper things that were surrounding the Doctor when they were in the gas things. 1,000 lives. The timeless child, yeah. You lead, but you're scared to for yourself and for others. Yeah, well, who isn't? Afraid of your own newness. We see deeper, though, further back. The timeless child. And then Jodie is like, what? What did you just say? And then they go, she doesn't know. We see what's hidden even from yourself. The outcast, abandoned, and unknown. Get out of my head. Now we crush those fears from you. Okay, so that might set up something for whatever the season is gonna be doing. And I'm just sitting here like, I have no idea. Maybe we can analyze that even a little further, but I don't think we will. I think we're just gonna be fine. I think we're just gonna roll with this, and then we'll see at the end, I guess. But like, yeah, I just figure I should mention that the timeless child thing. That probably is gonna come back. Sure. Yeah, at the end of the episode, it's just like the woman and the dude, they decided to say like, no, we want both of us together. And eventually the dude was like, fine. And then the Doctor was like, I'm sorry, I failed you. Like, we couldn't get out. And then the TARDIS shows up because, of course, it was gonna. Like, there was already like a precedent for the TARDIS showing up in this plot. So he was like, it's gonna show up. It's facing in and out. And it's like, well, the TARDIS could have probably not showed up this day and then they would have died during the night. But it's like, I was like, from a plot, like, storytelling perspective, I was like, yeah, the TARDIS is gonna show up right here. And then it did. So it's like, yeah. Let's talk about the new TARDIS, man. I enjoy the new TARDIS. It looks like a fucking beehive. It's weird. I like weird. We didn't... Is there a good shot of it? I don't think we see a good shot of it at any point. It's like mostly like shots of people... Oh, no, there is a good shot of the TARDIS. It looks weird because like the camera, it's outside of the walls. It's like the walls have inner walls and then there's the real walls. Yeah. It's odd, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's really odd. I don't necessarily dislike it. I kind of do. There's a lot of like weird atmospheric lighting with the yellow. Like the lights are inside of this weird like things that come into it. I enjoy the blue lights that are also like that are on like not spammed but also not too little. They're like scarcely put in specific spots just to give it some flavor. I enjoy that. It literally just looks like a beehive. It like I thought like where a bee lives inside the TARDIS. It's great. I don't dislike it, man. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah, there is a miniature like spinning white glass TARDIS inside of it. That's too goofy. That little detail is a little too goofy. I'm not even upset about the cookie. The cookie was great, but I'm upset about the little like spinning like TARDIS thing that it has. That's odd, but fuck it, you know. The cookie was nice though. I enjoyed that the TARDIS just gives you candy now. It's like, yeah, that how do you top that TARDIS? That TARDIS is just the best now, you know, because you're just hanging out and the TARDIS is like, hey, have a cookie, and you're like, thank you, TARDIS, you're the best. Yeah, new TARDIS, fine. I enjoy it. It's one of those things because it's like every time we see something new, it's like I don't think you can immediately judge it for being like either good or bad. It's just like a thing of like once I'm a couple episodes in, I'll get back at you and then I'll like have a proper opinion on it, you know? Because you can't judge something immediately when it changes. You have to give it some time, man. Come on. Oh, the other thing, the intro. The intro was not very good. Like I just said, don't judge it too harshly, but it wasn't long. It wasn't a long intro. That was the problem. Well, was it? So it's like 30 seconds, right? It's like 25 seconds and then title drop. How long is the Peter Capaldi intro? Yeah, it's like 37 seconds, so it's like 10 seconds longer. Yeah, it's like 10 seconds longer than this one. Even more, I think. So yeah, the intros should be longer. Because like the thing about this Doctor Who intros is that I enjoy them. Like they're not just intros, they are like a thing that I actually enjoy watching every time. And I enjoy doing like I enjoy that, man. That is a process that I enjoy having. So the fact that this intro doesn't give me that, it's weird. I don't necessarily hate the music. I think it's on the weaker end though, but it's not necessarily bad. Let me listen to it again. The intro's a little bit odd. It's a little bit weird. That part is good. I love the percussion. I actually really dig the percussion. It ends too quickly. Okay, so I think it's lit. If it was longer, it's good, but it's not. But it is at the end. At the end of the episode, you do get the full version, which is longer, and that one sounds okay. Like I actually don't mind the long version of the song. It's just the short version at the intro that is a little bit weird. As for the graphics that we see in the intro, I don't. Okay. Here's the thing. BBC, listen to me very carefully. Where are Jodie's eyes in the intro? Come on, man. Like we fixed that. With Eccleston, we didn't have him, and with Tennant, we didn't have him. But when we got to Matt Smith, well, towards Series 7, we finally got Matt Smith's face on the intro, and he was like, yeah, we're doing it again. We're doing the classic shit again. Awesome. And then we kept it with Peter Capaldi with the fucking intense eyebrows, and it was great. Peter Capaldi's intro is like the first one. But then with Jodie, we dropped that. Come on, man. Come on. We need Jodie's eyes or face, I guess, just in the intro again. We have to, man. It's tradition. Like the first, okay, so the first Doctor didn't have one. Sucks. The second one did. The third one did. The fourth one did. The fifth one did. The sixth one did. The seventh one did. Paul McGann was robbed, and then we jumped. Like 8 didn't, 9 didn't, 10 didn't. 11 did. Like, we have to keep it, man. Come on. Oh my god. Please tell me if Series 12 actually makes a better intro and it puts Jodie's face in it. That's all I want to know. If that's the case, then Series 12 is saved. Series 12 is fine, man. Series 12 is awesome if that's the case. But like this intro on the weaker end for sure. Because it's super short. The intro, like the way the music sounds at the beginning is a little bit weird, but it's not entirely bad. I like the percussion. I like the whistling thing. The graphics are good, but there's like no substance to it. Like it's just like a bunch of weird shit, looking like weird shit. It's good looking weird shit, but there's no substance to it. You know, with the 12th Doctor intro, we had the gears, and the song was like more. It sounded like more mechanical, like more clockwork, and it was like, yeah, that's good. And then it makes sense that it's more clockwork like, because then the TARDIS shows up and it turns into a literal clock that goes 1 through 12, 1 through 12, 1 through 12, because it's the 12th Doctor, right? And then it just like the spiral turns into like space, and then it's awesome. Like I enjoy the Peter Capaldi intro so much, but like yeah, like this Jodie intro is a little bit boring. It's good looking, but it's boring. Give me some substance to it, man. Come on, do something fun for me. So that's what I feel about the intro. The music itself is not necessarily bad if we go by the ending version of the song, because the intro version of the song, I think it doesn't compete. But yeah. Okay. So that's how I feel about the intro. That's how I feel about the TARDIS. That's how I feel about Jodie. The plot of the episode was super simple, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. So yeah, this episode, I enjoyed it more than episode 1, actually. I enjoyed it more than 1. I will say that much right now. It's not a banger of an episode, but I just enjoyed it. And it's not to say that I didn't enjoy 1. So that's the thing. It's that like so far, this season has been okay. I don't dislike it. I understand if you do, but it's subjective. So I'm just gonna enjoy it or not enjoy it. Like it's unlucky that you didn't enjoy it, and I hope that you did, and I hope that you do enjoy series 12 at least, because it's one of those things that it's like, I wish everyone could just enjoy everything. You know, it's like just get more joy in people's lives, but it sucks if you don't. But also understand that not everyone feels the same way. So maybe I'll just enjoy this season. Maybe this will change a couple episodes down the line. But so far, enjoying it. Not in a comparison kind of way, but I'm enjoying it as its own thing. So yeah, there you go. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I think I talk enough about not enough about the episode of Who Gives a Shit. I talk a lot about Jodie. I talk a lot about the cast. I talk about the TARDIS, the intro, everything. We're good. All right. So I think we're done. We're just done with this episode. So yeah. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction to Doctor Who. If you would like to see next one, it's already up on Patreon as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, check out the gaming channel, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.